All right, everyone, and welcome to week 2, week 1.
Yeah, I believe week 2 of Mountain West. Today we are having Smash Varsity versus SDSU. We are already in the second round of the crew battle here. SJSU already getting 1 point here on the board. The best of 3, and the way the crew battle works is first team to take out 12 lives from the other team wins.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. So we did miss game 1, or set 1, I should say. But here we have Lammers on the Me Gunner. I just realized the names are switched. Against Mel for the Banjo-Kazooie from San Diego State University.
Yeah, looks like we got some ping pong going on here. A lot of projectile spam going back and forth, and I'm trying to close the gap here. Of course, he's a dash to get back on. Really, I guess this is a projectile game. I'm just trying to avoid any dealing with anything Banjo and Kazooie can really do here. Looking back at it, just go above. We're still just getting completely zoned out from the left side of the stage here. I mean, what do you use there to really make it this?
Yeah, you'll have to excuse us. There are some. Seems like there are some difficulties, but in the meantime, we will quickly adjust the score.
We'll also be adjusting the names as the names of the players are switched right now. They should be momentarily fixed. What does it say? It's just a lot of circles going back and forth on the screen, just zoning both of each other. But you know, Me Gunner definitely has the advantage in this situation. You have a lot more options to work with. See the rockets there, just really checking him there. Actually gets a combo in, tries to go forward for it. Just a bit greedy there on that one, and oh, gets knocked out of the stage as a result of that. Nice punish there from Lammers.
All right, all stream stuff fixed. We do once again apologize for these technical difficulties, but Lammers here engaging with this Banjo-Kazooie in a very 2025 Smash match of all time. Projectiles against projectiles. Who can be the more annoying player here? L4 finally getting in an attack on Lammers, but not quite enough for the KO.
Yeah, I mean, just this Samus moveset must be so unplayable for Banjo and Kazooie, you imagine. But what can you do? You can't edge guard against it. You can't even punish it. It's very, very oppressive here.
I just realized, was there always no music? I feel like... Oh, there it is, okay.
No, I mean, no, they selected... Of course you're playing... Of course, you always have to select your stage music before you get into this. You know, gotta set the vibes right. But I mean...
We have more exciting gameplay here. A lot of these, I believe it's called the drop bomb.
Yeah.
Me Gunner's down special there. We certainly can't commentate on the moveset that Lammers is choosing here. It is the drop bomb there, the charge shot, I believe it's called missile launcher. It doesn't actually deal any damage. It just launches Me Gunner up into the air.
I mean, it's just Me Gunner with a Samus moveset. That's kind of how I like to see it.
Yeah, but
actually,
Melfor getting a knockout onto Lammers there.
Yeah, finally built up that percentage there, but now stuck on the edge, gets denied there. Now Lammers looking to close this one out. Just respecting the distance and just gonna do the same thing as they have been doing. I mean, what is Melfor really? Just has to somehow get close. I mean, you know, you can only imagine how interesting this is to play from an internet setting, especially with latency and whatnot, you know?
Yes. It is worth noting that these players are playing on Wi-Fi, or at the very least on
remote.
The internet.
Yeah, I mean, all these matches are remote for now until the final land, so... I mean, just look at this. Unable to recover from the edge, forced to use the charges on that already, and... You know, just...
L4 down 2 golden wings here.
And repeat again, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And now... trying to go under, but unsuccessful there. Gets blown up into the air. Trying to truck anything he can back at Lammer here, but no dice whatsoever.
Lammer's doing a great job bobbing, weaving through all of Melfor's attacks. Melfor unable to do the same, does use one golden wing here, has only one more remaining. Let's see if that can make the difference here.
For the charge up here now, waiting for the right time to use it. Let's use your screen notification, right? We'll be looking at those a little later. And
Oh, but Lammers, great with that up smash there. Going to be taking all stocks from Melfor, dropping only one.
yeah, nice on the block there. I mean, you know, when you're just forcing that situation, you get a little desperate. You try to force something, and those are the right times to punish your opponent and just, you know, finish things out cleanly, especially when you're in such an advantage.
Yeah, as much as I like to make fun of these players for choosing two zoners, ultimately that is how you have to play, right? You can't afford to get too aggressive, too short-tempered, have too short a fuse, and feel the need to rush in there just to get some action going. You know, I think Lammers, of course, did a phenomenal job, not just avoiding those attacks, but also punishing Melfor.
I mean, played like basically textbook zone game right there. You know, always try to stay on the opposite side of the stage and then just launch the projectiles everywhere possible. Denied every option possible, pretty much. And you know, especially when you get in those tricky edge guard situations, especially off stage, you know, found the right opportune punishes just to continue racking up the percentage until you're ready to finish off the stocks there. Yeah, please excuse a little bit of momentary lag as we will be adjusting the fighter names. Now, this means that SDSU have 9 stocks left to what I believe is our 11.
Yes, that is correct. Lammers dropped only 1 stock there.
But I can do some basic arithmetic and math still, you know?
Yeah.
But if, you know, we continue in this dominant fashion, this should mean that SJSU will be able to close out. Wait, is it best of 5?
I believe this is best of 3.
Oh, it's best of 3. Okay.
So SJSU already won the first set.
Yeah, so we did win the first set. So if we do manage to go at the pace we're going now, we should be finishing this second set soon. And also, if that does happen, I believe we might have another series after.
That is correct. So today is very special, not just because it is our first Smash stream of the semester, but also because we have 2 back-to-back matches. So right here, right now, we're up against San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we up against?
I believe.
I thought it was Boise.
Was it Boise? Oh yeah, it was Boise streaming, right? Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, excuse
me.
me.
We have 2 back-to-back matches. One
mean,
is against Boise. The other is against San Diego State. We may have been completely mischaracterizing
oh,
the entire.
we do apologize. We do
apologize for that. I'm like 95% sure it's
Boise. Yeah, because like we saw their channel going, you know, talking about the game while we were trying to figure out stuff at the home lab setup here. Oh dear. Well,
yeah,
something a little magic that our producer sitting next to us at the same time can't fix.
Yes, we did have. You may have noticed, but the way the stream is set up was not originally how we intended to do so. But unfortunately, both of our casters for Super Smash Brothers did unfortunately get sick. Yesterday, I guess they were having some fun last night, and they called sick at the last minute. So it is just Weebens and I.
Yeah, I mean,
on this table, and I am producing, of course. But it sounds like we are about to hop right into it. We got I swapped them again, but we have Clear on the Ness, trying to take on Lammers, of course, on the Mii Gunner. I believe this Mii Gunner has been given a name, and her name is Lakeisha.
Interesting. Maybe we could ask about that maybe post-interview, because we do actually have all the players in the room right next to us.
Yes. Just to be clear, not in the room we're currently in, but in the room next door.
Yep, there is a facility there, office door closed. So they have their own little space while we're out here in another designated producing area.
Yes,
for this game. And once again, the projectiles already... Yeah, so not to be confused here. Lammer's already getting one quick stock off the Ness here. Just it get very difficult for them to play in general. I mean, like I said, it seems like it's just a repeat of last match where chasing with the projectiles here, trying to deny the recovery, and it's just clinical. I mean, what else is there to say? Doesn't even get a chance to interact or play the game. Only 11% in this one match alone, and I mean, just Yep, and that barely misses the timing on that, but nothing, not too concerned here. As I mean, it was racking up the percentage already, looking to get in kill range, kill percentage here perhaps, and just to get the forward smashes. Nothing really coming out of it. I mean, there's just no way to string a combo. I mean, one missile to the face and another to the dome. Tries to absorb it there, but gets punished with the nade there and reads the edge there.
And just like that, I didn't even have time to change the, the scores. Lammers taking 3 more stocks, not dropping a single one onto clear.
Yeah, I mean, clear on this one, but little joke with the names aside, it just seems like right now there's really no answer for this Mii Gunner. I mean, what do you think Boise State could do to try to overcome this? Do you think they have to shake the picks up a little, or they just have to play differently?
Apart from saying anything short of get good, I do think they need to be, you know, I obviously was not paying full attention, but I certainly saw some folks trying to get aggressive. You know, of course, Ness is a lot more compared to Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
A lot more of a rushdown character. But Ness has projectiles, and they also have plenty of ways to, I wouldn't say neutralize the Mii Gunner's special attacks, but also some tools to kind of play around it. You know, you don't have to be that worried about charge shot because you have your down beat to absorb.
Yeah, I mean, you can absorb it. I mean, I do feel like
you have the side special, or not side special, side smash,
PK
the
Thunder.
bat.
Yeah, PK Thunder, PK Lightning.
Projectiles.
Yeah, etc.
PK Fire. Again, I was
Fire.
paying too
Oh, yeah,
much
PK
attention.
Fire. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's a lot of things happening very fast on our screen. I mean, but
yeah, PK Fire I assume would be the best approach. Could deal with a lot of projectiles in terms of canceling it out.
I mean, to be fair, when you think of the stage selection too into platforms, it makes it so much easier for Mii Gunner, right? If you say you pick something like Final Destination, for example, right, you can't just sit and camp on the platforms as much. And I mean, when you do lose, you do get counter stage pick, right? Like that could also be another thing to consider, right?
Yeah.
Just maybe avoiding stages with a lot of platforms that move back and forth or just exist in the first place, right? You know, make things on a more even level playing ground and force the Mii Gunner to get a little more creative with it. But so far, I don't know if that happened. Yeah, we will be seeing selection. It looks like it is just in the stage. But Battlefield, yeah, I mean, thinking about it, maybe taking into consideration. You're gonna be scratching their heads on this one because I mean, at this point, you're already at 6 stocks to 11, I believe. Huge deficit against Varsity Smash here, and they'll have to see what happens. It does seem like they are. I don't know if they're like, well, obviously you can't be listening in, right? But you know, maybe somehow, maybe they're reviewing it, VOD reviewing.
Yeah, based on the movement of the folks in the arena there, I'm assuming they Boise is trying to deliberate on.
Yep, and
who exactly can we send and who can clear this Mii Gunner? No pun intended, of course.
yeah,
because clear was not it.
Yeah.
as we saw.
clear was not it for
Is
sure.
there
And I mean, they,
anyone who can rise to the challenge?
yeah, I mean, like I said, they also chose Final Destination, right? So, kind of maybe first step to trying to figure this out. And they send the Rosa player now. He gets in trouble in the last set, from what I believe, but they'll have the chance to block some of the projectiles with the Lumi, but it does not make this any easier. Do a button check real quick before we get started.
This seemed to be hand warmers. I was waiting for Lakeisha to
Yeah, Lammers also has to SD once, I believe.
check out the pit. You know, see if there's anything down there that might be of interest.
Yeah, we shall wait and see. Just
Yeah, we're waiting on y'all.
yeah, ready when you are. Just
They're waiting on us. We're waiting on them.
yeah. Sorry, just had to confirm something here in the next room over. Good to go whenever they are.
Uh-oh. We got some,
Well,
the Wi-Fi bads.
good whenever they are. So just gonna have to have a little quick reset here.
Yeah, SJSU 1,
To zero.
Wi-Fi 1.
Yep, the bane of every online lobby. If it's not latency, it's the connectivity.
Yes.
So Love to see
It
it.
does seem like we're the ones who disconnected. I'm very glad we disconnected. I will say.
Before.
Probably should transition here before
Yeah,
we
we should, you know, maintain some level of integrity here. Some level of integrity. uh, well,
at least we DC'd before the match actually started, you know, instead of beforehand.
yeah. So like I said, you know,
I think,
this is
I
not
think
our.
we're good to switch back.
Yeah, please bear with us. We are just trying to make sure that we can at least commentate today. You know, get things sorted out. And looks like there's a lot of people in the chat today supporting us. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I know, you know, just in general, the nice thing about fighting game communities is that they're very tight knit and together, and you know they like to show up for each other. I mean, you know, all the players show up for each other in the other room there, hyping each other up.
Yeah, they are hyping. I've heard some trash talk, but I also have heard words of encouragement from everyone in that room.
I mean, I feel like that's just what you gotta expect, though, especially when a game where you're just 1v1, right? It's purely skill. There's nothing else you can blame. You can't blame, you know, you're not playing a MOBA or an FPS where you can blame one bad teammate, one bad role player.
I would like to blame, yeah, my teammates for not clicking the right buttons when I am the one who's playing.
Yep, that's the classic League experience there. But
I would never know. I would never throw my games. I would never click ranged top laners in a
no, absolutely not. Now just
What do you mean Yumi's not a top laner? I thought everyone knows that.
You know, give me ADC or else I'll just, you know, do a little funny movement. But jokes about running it down.
Who do you play in the top lane? Not to completely derail this conversation, we're just buying time for.
I believe the other. Yeah, we're waiting on the other school right now. Although
we had to remake the lobby. Maybe the entire lobby shut down. Maybe that might be what's happening.
Yeah, servers, man. That's the next big thing.
Yes.
Okay, but like meta talk aside, you know, I'm not a very respectable top laner player. I'm sorry, I play Yorick. It is what it is. Before that, I used to play Teemo and Jax.
I see. You're my enemy.
Yeah. Were you a Kayle player? You were a Kayle player.
I have been playing. Well, I mean, I haven't exactly been playing League of Legends recently, but
Yeah.
I was a Kayle player when I was playing. But it sounds like we're finally good to go. I must admit, I do not know what the name of this Rosalina is, but we'll figure it out. It sounds like they're actually good to go now. So let's just hop right to it.
Yeah, but this is not the way you want to approach it. See, you could pick up some of the projectiles and try to reflect them, right? And oh, actually get some airs there. Some airs here, so that's kind of what you're looking for. You're looking to play the more aerial game if you can get close enough.
Yeah, Rosalina does have access to the gravity.
Oh,
down
but Luma's
special.
dead. That could be really bad.
Yeah, that is going to be Rosalina's.
I mean,
Not just a way for Rosalina to deal damage, but Luma itself can also tank some of these attacks, and that might be the key for this Rosalina too.
Yep, and punished right for that, right? Found a nice timing there to just go for a forward tilt there, just to clean that one up. And it's providing a little bit of a challenge there, but, you know, they're playing the neutral game very well. You know, Lammer understands that even if, you know, opponents do get close, he knows how to deal with them, especially to avoid them. And once again, another Luma down.
Indeed, but I think Luma did its job. It brought Lammers down into kill range. Now this Rosalina needs to only put in one strong attack, but Lammers is going to have to prevent that from happening as Luma respawns here.
I mean, nice punish off the grab there. Gonna see more of that, really. Lammers and another.
As quickly as it went back, but speaking of quickly as it went, this Rosalina already in kill range. Lammers just needs one good hit there. With that charge shot already putting Rosalina down to her last stock.
That's the thing, you know, those boosts take up a lot of frames, and there are definitely timings where you can punish that, and Lammers is able to just identify them so well in the situation.
Yeah.
A little scary off the edge.
Did use the Luma to tank that bomb, but Luma did have to go explore the abyss there. Is back down in the blue color, but Rosalina slowly racking up this percentage, not getting a single hit on this V-Gunner, despite having a perfectly opportunity to punish.
And just like that, a nice forward tilt, just to try to secure it. Really affects the projectile, right? But this, it's just clinical. I mean,
just like that,
off the edge grab, off the recovery there, instant punish there with the missiles. Meaning that Lammers themselves have taken 9 stocks from Boise.
Yes, not from SDSU, from Boise.
Yeah, yep.
You know, that Rosalina was pretty scary, not gonna lie, at the beginning. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. You know, racked up a lot of damage onto Lammers, but just wasn't able to find the punish.
No, and the thing is, like, I just wasn't able to close the gap either, right? And the thing is about Rosa is that they're a very floaty character in general, right? So you have to be very particular about how you move, especially against these projectiles, right? You can't move as freely, and I think Lammers was able to find some nice timings in between some of the inputs there to punish. Especially when, you know, she tried to deflect some of the projectiles and reflect them, and you saw that there for some of the kills.
Yeah, you know, and the other thing, too, is that not all of Rosalina's, or rather, the strong attacks from Rosalina that needed to land in order to KO Lammers there do come out a bit slower than a lot of Lammers projectiles, you know, the drop bomb in particular.
Yeah, I mean, right idea, just the execution wasn't there, what I feel like, you know, because they were able to use the Luma to tank and get some of the damage and reflect, right, but just couldn't read Lammers far enough and was not able to rack up the percentage to look for those opportunities, to look for the finishers there. Now, basically, series point for Boise State here. Who can be your hero to bring back a 11 stock deficit?
Yes. Quick correction. Set point for SJSU, not for Boise.
Yeah.
This is the best of 3, so if Lammers does happen to take these last 3 stocks here, that will be it. Boise State will have to go home with the L and SJSU with the dub. But even then, if that happens, don't go away, folks, because we will have a second match against San Diego State shortly after this one.
Yeah, we got a back-to-back night. I mean, we had a back-to-back night on Monday, but one of the teams defaulted. But that is the nature of things when you're in this Mountain West series. You're playing a lot of games against a lot of teams in general. So really, really important to try to solidify your standings while you still can at this early of a stage. You know, if you're a good team, you want to just make sure you're still on the top seed going into playoffs. You don't have to play LCQ or anything or deal with just being eliminated from the lower bracket instantly. And now looking at the next stage here.
Yeah, players are starting to get set up. As you can see, they're ruminating on which stage to pick.
Or for their final grave, perhaps, here in this series.
There is we alluded to it earlier, but there is a pick ban format here for choosing the stage.
So it cannot be Final Destination again, I guess.
That's correct.
I mean, I felt like that stage is one of the better stages to select here against the Me Gunner here, and unfortunately now forced the battlefield. Like I said earlier, the platforms give a lot more options for both players, and now we see a snake here.
Yeah,
this could get interesting.
I quickly apologize. They changed while I was not looking, and that is definitely not. Oh no! I got it right. I got it right.
You got the side. You got the name sides on right.
For context, one of our players does play Snake, and for a moment I thought I had Goof, and then I realized.
I don't believe you can change characters once you're already started.
Yeah, that is definitely still Lammers here. Speaking of projectiles, we got Snake over here throwing grenades. Although it is important to note, Snake's grenades actually come out a lot faster than the Me Gunners, so I would deign to believe that Snake will have a bit of an easier time approaching than Rosalina and especially Ness, but that doesn't mean it's completely free, you know. Lammers still has plenty of projectiles in terms of total number, and just like that, Lammers definitely has the tool to punish the Snake if they dare to come close.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Snake tried to get in close, but got punished for it, and oh no. We've seen this one before. Tries to go above it, but running out of recovery here. Does he make it back to the ground safely? Not without taking some damage there, and forced to the edge once again. Lammers just patiently biding their time. You know, I just think of like how a snake just slowly chokes out their prey here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very tough game to play against this.
And again, we're starting to see the same story again. Snake uses the grenades, gets himself in a position to finally get close to Lammers, and then Lammers just punishes the approach.
Yep.
Speaking of punishing the Snake down to their penultimate stop.
I mean, once you're off the stage, the game's already halfway done if you really end up in that type of scenario. Especially with Snake's limited recovery movement, right? It's very linear. It's very predictable, right? You only go up or you can barely go down.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught using that up special against a Me Gunner. You're absolutely going to get punished for that.
Oh,
nice charge shot.
Rebound. Nice to rebound that off the nades together. I mean, it's just... And now I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking it's just bread and butter, you know? It's just gonna be a little hungry right now, but
Yeah. We're starting to see a shift in dynamic. Now it's Snake who's starting to get really scared of this knee gunner here. Ooh, nice block, but did not get the opportunity to punish. We'll have to see.
oh,
Nicely done with the Nikita there.
there's a toss to rock. Both rockets up just to deny their recovery
Minute
there.
with the up smash when that was the wrong move. But Flamers back in the corner.
Gets a chance to
but
toss a
nicely
missile, but a
done.
rocket to the face here denies that. I mean, just it's like watching two dancers go at each other, you know?
Yeah, a very explosive dance, if you will. Once again, add a bit of interesting neutral here. Snake being a little bit more careful. I like this adjustment, actually.
I mean, the problem is I do feel like the Mii Gunner can just put out projectiles at a much faster speed than Snake has, right? Credit to where credit is due. Snake does have some hard-hitting projectiles, but
Oh, I think they did not mean to miss the ledge there, but
Caster Curse coming in full effect there. As soon as we start glazing one player, they just do
Yeah.
something a little uncharacteristic.
not what I meant when I said you don't want to be caught using the up special there. But
I mean, we were talking about that being a problem earlier, and it still continues to be a problem now, just maybe not in the way we intended.
yeah, Lammers is getting dangerously low on percentage here. All it's going to take is not even a strong attack from the side of the screen. But, ooh! Did miss the tech. Missed the tech. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep, I mean, sent off stage to their graves there, down into the depths of the battlefield there, and that will conclude this series. SJSU get a 2-0 against SDSU very, very comfortably here.
Yeah,
And I mean,
a full. I won't say a full sweep because some stocks were lost. There may or may not have been rumblings of bets on how many stocks exactly.
well, you know, just a
If you
little fun to motivate the players in their, I believe, first or second week. We shall see if that happens, and I mean,
But yes, just because Boise's out of the ring, don't leave just yet. We do have a back-to-back match here against San Diego State. I believe the players are currently, as we speak, trying to coordinate exactly which arena they want to enter into. Keep an eye and ear out for that. In the meantime, we want to quickly, I guess, introduce our players. That's something I realized kind of neglected to do. We hopped right into it. We have a brand new Smash roster to celebrate the new, not to celebrate, but it's a new year.
yeah.
And with it, a new Smash roster. Returning, we have Coda, most known for Wolf and Snake. I think that's it. I think that's all the returning players.
I mean, you know.
Well, there is Mr. Father Daddy himself. Yes.
I mean, we should. Maybe we'll get a more formal introduction next time we run this.
Yes.
But we do have 3 new players, I believe.
That's right. We have
we have Lammers, the one who you saw
Lammers for. I'm trying to remember their like in-game names and not just completely dox them on stream. We have Lammers on the Mii Gunner, of course. We also have I'm trying to remember Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario. We have a Dr. Mario player.
I'm trying to remember their Smash tag. Actually, they might not have one. They might not.
We shall see.
I'll double check that with the folks in the back.
Yeah. I mean, we promise that, you know, once we get our things sorted out, today's a little bit of a hectic stream. Thank you for bearing with us once again. You know, we'll do a more formal introduction, a more, you know, I would say professional introduction to say the least. And
yeah, I'm gonna quickly ask them because I'm genuinely like
you're blanking. I mean, I just got called
not
last
blanking.
minute.
I'm rummaging through my memory banks and there's just nothing. It's like the scroll from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
You open it and it's blank.
The
You're like,
Dragon Warrior
"Wait,
scroll.
that's it."
You're just seeing yourself in the mirror. You're just looking at us right now, casting, just throwing the shits out there for shits and giggles, and just thinking about it.
For goops and gaffs, if you will.
Yeah.
But yes, I will quickly return. I will return with some names. The names of our champions, our Knights of the Realm.
Yeah, perhaps maybe we want to cut to a short intermission here while they sort this out. We will be
Indeed we
back
will.
momentarily. Do not go anywhere.
Don't touch that dial. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SJSU Esports. And warmers are wrapping up here as we are about to begin our first game against San Diego State University.
Yep, so just to quickly introduce the players we do have on standby today, we do have Coda, a
Yeah,
wolf
we are.
and snake player.
Yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. On screen will be, oh, that's me. Hello.
Oh, that is us, and that is not them. We do have Lambert, who's on the Meat Gunner there. We got Meow on Dr. Mario, and
Gustav on the Shulk, and Father Daddy on. Inkling, that's right. Yes.
we got 5 players here with us today. SDSU so far sending out Lambert again, trying to test out the Sora here.
Yeah, this Meat Gunner, causing Boise a lot of trouble here, but we are up against San Diego State. I'm not one to say which teams are the best or the worst, but I would deign to say San Diego State is a much stronger roster than Boise. But not exactly doing a good showing of that here. Sora kind of caught underneath the platform, forced to take and tank a lot of these projectiles, and just like that, already down to stock.
Kind of similar to the Banjo and Kazooie we saw in the last set, really. Once again, those off-stage situations, that's just kind of over there. Sora a very floaty character, you know. Just look for the opportunity to get in close, but against these projectile spam, it's very difficult.
Yeah, you always got to be careful when you're facing against a Meat Gunner. Is it better to, which is more punishing, to recover low or to recover high? And with Sora, you definitely don't want to be recovering low there.
I do feel like Meat Gunner punches a lot of the floaty characters that a lot of people tend to play, so like, what can you really do? Tries to dash to recover. Oh, makes it back to the edge, but once again, seeing a similar fate to the first stock here. Still being kept off stage here. Just the grenades and the rockets and
Oh my
another
goodness.
rocket to the face.
I was going to say, finally found the timing to not take damage there, but just barely whiffed it and gets punished for it with their life. Sora already down to their last stock here. Lammers only taking 38%.
Yep, I mean, more things are at stake here for our team anyways, but we shall see what happens if Lammers can keep up this, you know, dominant performance he's been showing since the first match.
Yeah, doing a great job keeping the pressure with those projectiles. Dino, I don't necessarily know if that's Dino's the player here, but knows they don't want their shield broken, but also seems to struggle to really find an opportunity to go in there. And Lammer is just going to go ahead and
Gonna
take
mop.
the last stock. Sorry, adjusting some stuff behind the scenes.
No worries, just gonna mop that one up real quick. Already bringing SJSU to a 3-stock lead here against SDSU, and you know, got to see how teams change their approach here. Really think about maybe what stages they want to select. There was a pick ban phase, so I'm wondering if SJSU potentially had some strategy behind that to put things more in their favor as well.
Yeah, very strong showing by Lammers. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. You know, punish Sora for recovering or attempting to recover low with all those drop bombs, and once, you know, Sora just could not figure out the timing with between the missiles and the drop bombs, and punished for it. And that's what Meat Gunner does best, right? Especially with Lammers. You know, really punishing you for making mistakes. Not just, you know, I don't want to say being bad at the game, but you know, you really got to have that timing down. You really got to think, how am I going to approach this Meat Gunner And we saw a couple times Sora almost had it, but then Lammers just whoop, neutral aerials away, and just like that, all that advantage you sacrificed so much for, gone in the instant.
I mean, you have to be very intentional about your movement, your move selection, and especially the spacing as well. And to have that level of awareness requires is something only very, very high level players can do. You know,
it might seem a little easier for us here in the casting couch, excuse me. But it can be hard for these players. You got to think about that in a split-second decision. And if you guess wrong, you might just take like 40%.
Yeah, I mean, some people might think, oh, he's just pressing B, 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 B. But it's like, it's more to it than that. You have to be very, very thorough about your placement and your timings. And especially just knowing what options to cover. It requires a very deep level understanding of the game itself. And, this game's been out for a while, right? It's been out for,
you bring up a good point. It's not just like me against my younger cousin where I'm teaching him how to play the game and I just spam the same move over and over again. That's not really what's happening here, because you're right. You have to be ready, not just for the mix-up, but for a change in timing as well.
Yeah. So, just this wall that is Lammers right now. Can SDSU find at least a stock, maybe some way to just bring this man down? Because he is just on a tear these past 2 matches, and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, I may or may not have heard rumors of the same Frost fan who promised SJSU Frost, our marginalized Valorant team, a hot pot. That same offer, I believe, has been extended to SJSU Smash, varsity Smash team. If Lammers can 12 stock everyone, I don't quite know if we'll see that, but I wouldn't say no to a hot pot if I was SJSU.
Hey man, I'm kind of down for that too, but I don't know if that's offer extended to us. But jokes aside, I'm just imagining the capture right now under the social sound, just like Lammers V12. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lammers versus 12.
Get Lammers 12v, not 12v. That's not how it works. 1v12s.
Yeah.
1v12s? No.
Any hot pot world record percentage speedrun?
Yes.
Hot pot world. I don't know. Someone else can flesh out the title and make a funny edit, maybe.
Yeah, we are gonna hop in here.
And oh wow.
They are swap on the screen, but
Lucina. Now, that is not a common pick you see as much nowadays. I don't feel like, especially when you look at some of the Fire Emblem characters, especially in this game, you don't really see too many of them nowadays, unless, the people playing them are really specialists at them. But I have to get creative with the way the gap close here. Tries to walk up here, just instantly punished already. And oh, the perfect spacing into the net. And it's just, I mean, does return some damage though, so maybe can use some of the extended range from the sword when you get close enough to melee range, and actually is starting to rack up some percentage here. Perhaps looking like we got a game on our hands. As we say that though, this off the stage situations are just so deadly, and it still continues to just be Lammers' domain here, really.
Yeah, I did only catch one part, but it was the most important bit. Lucina whiffing that up special, hitting the bomb, causing her to move slightly to the left and thus missing the edge. Lammers doing a great job here. Pressing the attack here. Not nearly as, I wouldn't say spammy, but as zony as usual.
Yeah, but I mean, credit where credit is due. I did mention that Lucina was able to close the distance and get some percentage on the Lammers here. Actually kind of got him on the ropes here off the edge, but understands that there's a timing for everything. With a sword, if you do play your cards right, there's some ways you can get your nair game in and try to deny the space that Lammers just uses so much to their advantage.
Nicely done by this Lucina, finally finding the timing, but not necessarily the punish to really put the hurt on Lammers.
Yeah, no, and now sent off stage again. We saw this earlier already cost 1 stock here. Is it looking like a second?
Nicely done with that smash attack, making it up just enough there.
Yeah, right. Nice punish right out of the shield there. And like I said, definitely it was starting to look like a challenge, but Lammers is just still proving that he is ready to answer anyone who takes the call here.
Ooh, Lammers barely missing that grab there, but still 57%. Really, really good. You can really tell Lammers has this all these combos unlocked. All these grabs move into these grenades seamlessly.
Yeah, just The way he steps back as well to make sure that if someone does dash at him, he gets a punish right away. You know, it's just very methodical.
Yeah, Lucina already in the hundreds of percent, while Lammers only accrued about 20% or so of damage.
Up off the edge again. We've seen it once, and it looks like it's not stopping once again.
And just like that, another 3-stock on the side of Lammers.
What else are we supposed to really commentate and say? I mean, it's just, you know, once again,
beautiful.
It might just, it's just art, I guess. I'm not sure what else to say.
10 out of 10, no notes.
You know, it's the way the grenades dance around and just like get tossed. It makes me think of like Jin for some reason. I don't know why. That's like completely irrelevant for like an analogy, right? But just like I don't know, the character motifs and stuff like that's. It just got me thinking about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jin is a 4-stock or 4-stock.
4-shot.
4-shot, not 3-stock, but still just as elegant, just as much showmanship here in the arena against San Diego State University.
Yep, now I'm going to have to scratch their heads as they think about how they want to approach this. I mean, I feel like we're kind of repeating some of the things we saw earlier, right? But I mean, how could you not? He's been in the game the whole time. But, you know, stage selection, very crucial, right? You don't want to be on places where there are platforms. It just gives Lammers more space and more things to work with, more tools to work with.
More opportunities to mix up the offense as well.
Yeah, I do think, right, the Rosa and Luma player had a good idea, at least to try to counter it with Final Destination, right? Make it a more even playing field, but just playing the gap close game against Lammers has just been very difficult for everyone today.
Yeah, folks seem to have, I'm forgetting the word for it, but Lammers is really calling all of these get-up options. You know, not just making it difficult. It's difficult enough trying to recover against Lammers' just unrelenting offense here, you know, with the drop bombs, the missiles. You really got to make sure you're not about to just roll into it. But even if you call it correctly, if Lammers is ready for it, he'll just dash up smash, and that might cost you the whole stock.
I mean, just the instant punishes coming up every time. I mean, what else can we really say about it? It's just so methodical.
It's so impressive.
It is impressive and impressive on our end too. I mean, you know, as a caster, we try not to glaze players too much because one, it ends up being a curse sometimes. We've seen that in some of our other titles, and two, you know.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Valorant Frost overtimes, but there have been plenty of times where we say we compliment players and immediately regret it. But I don't think we're really gonna see that here with Lammers. You know, I think we might have that hot pot on our hands.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, 07 to the provider here, groveling at the floor, thinking they're gonna have to eat ice soup for the next 2 weeks, probably. I mean, it is what it is, man. That's just the broke college life sometimes. You know, when we can ball out, eat out, you got to do it while you still can.
You know, I have been on the receiving end of the of having to pay the food gambling bill.
What's your like broke boy default college meal to go to, if I may ask?
Pizza with 4 other people who are just as broke as I am.
That's fair.
I think that's the play.
I mean, you know, I know people meme about it and like the adult world is like, oh, the corporate pizza party, but like, you know, I'm not against it sometimes. Like I like a filling pizza every now and then, even if it's just basic. But
yeah, as someone who previously was an engineer, ostensibly whose job is to coordinate corporate pizza parties, I will say yes, that this is a part of the college experience that is preparing you for the real world. but speaking of preparation, we have another mix-up.
Joker.
This time with Joker.
Now,
okay, it sounds like there's a button check here, so I will at least have an opportunity to quickly change up the titles here.
Now, the interesting thing about Joker is that they definitely have a way to get into this game, but they have to block the onslaught of projectiles first and then figure out where to go from there.
Yeah, game starting off strong. I mean, Joker has the agility, I think, to close the gap.
Yeah, I mean, people joke about the character not being able to like be a character until you get Arsene out, and I mean, command grab usually. But now with Arsene out, what can he do during just timing? actually reflects it back. Wow.
Nicely done. I think this is going to be the matchup that tests Slammer's ability to really push the offense there. I like that that setup there. Having the drop bomb in a position where it can cover your up, the usually very grave vulnerability of the up special there. But
Yeah,
I seem to be turning here.
I mean, well, just as soon as we say that, you know, Lammers does it again. Another person off stage tries to recover and just instantly dead. And, you know, credit where credit is due. He had to wait out the arson and form and find his opportunity to strike. And that's the thing. I feel like when you're playing Joker, you know you're on a timer, right? Because people joke about the character being half a character when you're not, when you don't have them, but...
Yeah, you only have so much time and even room to make use of Arsene, so you really got to make it count. But we see here, this Joker player actually... Yeah, that did KO.
That is a KO.
I was going to say, so far has not actually been able to do any damage with it, but one hit, all that's needed.
Yeah, definitely a character that I feel like can gap close, can match some of the projectile spam, and can play around it if done correctly. Nice on the grapple there. Nice blocks there too to recover, but dash to come through, and once again has to try to recover.
Ooh, nice punish. Unfortunately, not able to really capitalize
Got
on
on
it.
the slide and just neutral gaming. Oh, but in the air actually gets a nice setup. Finally gets our set out, but has to go for a deep recovery.
Nicely done. But again, found the timing, but just wasn't able to really punish Lamb.
Yeah, it's very difficult to follow up. I mean, this character is mostly melee attacks, right? Like, sure, there's some projectile options, but for the most part, you're trying to just close the gap here, and, you know...
Just like that, Arsene recalled and a stock block.
Yeah, are sent home, basically, but now moving on. Last stock here against Lammers here, trying to see if they can even the field out just a little bit. Like, no dice so far. I mean... You say gets it out early again, maybe a chance, an opportunity. Doesn't get the punish on the platform there. Nice dodge there. Spot dodge there. Now we're gonna just continue to play back. Wait this out. I mean, you can tell that Joker's just feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some more smash attacks being thrown out there, but seems like we're gonna have one last opportunity for Arsene to get an empowered attack here.
Maybe now tries to jump on the platform, not able to find it, weaves through it. Lammer's just untouchable.
Oh, nice try. Does get, again, not completely punished, you know, just a few stray hits in there. Lammer's almost getting it with the up aerial there.
He manages to avoid a swift death there.
Arsene back here for the second time. Will be the last time if the Joker player cannot make good use of it. And just like that, another KO for Lamb.
Yep, losing one stock there. What does that mean for the future of the SJSU? We'll find out. The jokes aside now, SDSU now on the last three in this crew battle for this first set. Who will they send?
Indeed. All I can say about the future is that there's probably not a hot pot in it.
Unfortunately, that might be off the table, but some compensation will still probably be given. We shall see.
Yeah, we'll have to see who else has... not that we would encourage gambling with food, but I'm curious if anyone else has staked some food on this outcome. It seems to be a recurring theme.
Well, I mean, it is a good motivator, but motivations aside...
I'm curious. I do not believe we know who the last player on the side of San Diego State University is, as you might have been able to tell from the lack of nameplates. We currently don't have any intel on the production side. We do apologize for that, but I'm curious what sort of player, what sort of characters can really deal with this offense. I think we've seen closer and closer matches. You know, characters who are faster can really make use of the windows of opportunities between those missiles.
Is it a hot
drop bomb?
Yeah. Is it a hot take to say maybe Sonic?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if I trust. You know, Sonic does have the very fast horizontal movement. But
Yeah, but vertically once you're in the air, it's kind of
Yeah, you really got to commit to it as
I mean,
Sonic.
you're not playing. Yeah, you're not playing a heavy character into this. You're just gonna be projectile food. I mean, what is like the most overall balanced character? Minecraft Steve. Minecraft Steve.
I'm curious if, well, maybe I have to ask the player. We may or may not have some players on campus who play King K. Rool. I'm curious what that matchup is.
That also could be an option. You do have the chance to deflect some of the projectiles, and I think even reflect them.
You can just tank them with King K. Rool's Golden Belly there.
Yeah.
And Blunderbuss. I'm actually not sure how Blunderbuss interacts with Drop Off, but I'm curious how that would work.
Yeah, King K. Rool's probably not the worst option. Maybe, I don't know. You think? I'm just trying to think because it can't be a light character. You can't.
We might be about to derive the entire matchup tier list for Me Gunner. I guess I hadn't considered that.
Me Gunner is secretly a Z tier character on the tier list. Write that down, guys. I mean, yeah.
These fast sword characters as well because of their disjointed hitbox. You know, a lot of the reasons why a lot of these more typical Rushdown characters don't work against Me Gunner, or rather have a hard time against Me Gunner, is that you commit your attack, you know, that might block out the projectile, but the other one's not too far away.
I mean, you have, yeah, well, you have to also account for the moveset in particular, right? So this Me Gunner kind of moves like a Samus as well, but just has similar coverage, I would say, right? Has some probably more unique movesets to deal with the mobility as well, right? In the case of that. And, oh, wow. Well, this is...
Yeah, talk about fast and offensive. We
definitely not who we ever thought would be an option, but, you know, you can never... I am one to never doubt a Little Mac. Just for the memes, you know?
Yeah. Do that against the wrong Little Mac, and you will soon find out why this character was given no mobility in the air. But yeah, look at that speed, you know. Obviously, both players know they have to play very carefully. And
Banger
just
music.
Like that.
Banger music alert in the background. Anyways. Actually, managing to stay even in terms of the percentage right now, but the problem is, can they maintain their position on the stage? That's just been the question for everyone who's played against Lambert so far. Has the KO button. Trying to look for a chance to use it.
Ooh, whiffs the KO punch and punished with a side attack.
Yep,
side
and
attack,
that
for it. Oh my god. That just KO'd.
I mean, regardless, unfortunately, if you're Little Mac and you're off stage, you already know what's coming to you. The character has not many options, or really an option for recovery, especially when you're that far out. And Lammer's just, I think, is very aware of that.
Yeah, Lammer's making excellent use of this neutral aerial attack.
I mean, yep. Trying
just
to
like that.
First to dodge, and now thinking what to do on this final stock of this round so far. Little Mac, can you fight back?
Yeah, Little Mac now slowing it down.
I mean,
and just like that, coming to a complete stop as SJSU takes not just the third stock, but with it, the entire first set.
Gimped by the bomb there. I mean, it is what it is. We will be cutting to, I believe, a short break.
Yes.
Maybe
Actually,
a little.
I'm not sure if we will.
Or we're just gonna get back into it. Are we just maintaining the action?
We might keep the punches rolling here. We'll have to see.
A little bit of chatter going on in the room over. You know, some of the players just talking to each other about what they just witnessed. We are over here talking about what we witnessed to you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure.
I'm not saying I want Lamers to throw, but I am saying there are players on this team who have not gotten a chance to actually play the video game yet.
Like, you know, they will be. So we're gonna have a little bit of a switch up. You know, it is hard to maintain that level of play for a long time, and I believe we may have something.
Yeah, it is looking like we are going to cut to a short intermission here, but we will be back very shortly. Don't touch that dial.
We'll be back.
Stay tuned for round 2. Oh, we put it back. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hopping right into the action here. Players kind of forgot to let us know when they were starting, but we've got Little Mac up against Coda on the Snake. I think they heard my complaints and decided to let other people play.
No, I mean, jokes aside, it is very exhausting to continue that. I believe he was on stage for at least an hour and a half, so,
Yeah,
that's
quite
like,
a trooper.
Yeah, it's kind of like you basically played, like, I don't know, a whole grand finals, basically, or something, like a BO5, like multiple BO5s.
But yeah, speaking of BO5ing, we've got Little Mac here against Snake. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Really whiffed that counter. You know, if that counter landed, oh, wrong number. That's 10 not 0. If that counter landed, I'm pretty sure Coda would have been the one not having a great day there.
Yeah,
but
on the receiving end, but nice to read that timing there, understands what has to be done there.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier in the intermission what Little Mac could have done better against, oh my goodness, against Lammers, but maybe we should have been talking about what in the world can Little Mac do against Coda? You know, doing a great job with those neutral aerials. Those neutral aerials do hit twice, so they do bypass Little Mac's natural super armor.
Yeah, but I mean, Snake plays a little differently, but still kind of similarly to me, Gunner. You're kind of playing for the projectile spam. You're also playing for like the nairs, your floating combos, and unfortunately, Little Mac does not do well in the both. In assuming we are on an even matchup, right? And now we will see, you know, Coda getting their hands warm now on the Snake. Who will be challenging him next?
Yes, we'll have to see. We've seen the Lucina. We saw the. I was about to say the Nest. The Nest was in the previous game.
Yeah, previous match. Got Joker.
The Joker, yes, we saw Joker. I'm trying to remember the first one.
This is what people mean when they say just like short-term memory, goldfish memory.
This is what they mean when they say our generation is
Cooked. Just cooked it for the memory attention span.
attention span deteriorating as we speak.
Yeah.
Still very
It'll
interesting
come to us eventually, one way or another, whether we see it on screen or we try to remember. But I mean, Yeah, now getting the stage selection.
Players are trying to decide what to go next.
Definitely rolled something to see. I mean, also, how's your day been?
Yeah, I've been doing all right. We did have, you know, for folks who don't know, I'm usually on the producing end of the table. This is my first time casting for this semester.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Maybe I should do this more often.
I mean, yeah, hopefully. I mean, it seems like you have fun with it. I mean, I do understand it is very stressful to do this both at the same time, but maybe once things are finalized, maybe in some ideal future, it is possible. But, you know, regardless of that, long day here for both of us. Hopefully you just have a good time. Hopefully as good of a time as the players here are having. Just trying to make...
players seem to be enjoying. I did take a sneak peek into the room next to us where the players are, and they seem to be having a grand old time despite most of them not actually being able to play, but seem to be enjoying themselves nonetheless.
Yeah, but they're just glad to be here, glad to be doing what they do, and, you know, so are we.
Speaking of being glad to be here, if you are enjoying this stream, you should be happy to hear that we will be streaming Super Smash Brothers every single Tuesday for the foreseeable future here at twitch.tv/SJSU Esports or over on YouTube, also SJSU Esports as well.
Yeah.
Later this week, we will have Thursday, our Valorant stream. Oh, that's
no,
true. Yeah. It just got rescheduled.
Yeah,
You will not have Thursday Valorant stream this week, but in the future, we will have Rocket League on Mondays, Smash on Tuesdays, and Valorant on Thursday.
Yeah, that should be... It's the tentative schedule for now, but hopefully one that will continue to take place. Right now, our end, it looks like it has died a little bit.
Yeah, I think the monitor we are using to watch, I can see on the computer.
Yeah, a little cord maybe got a little loose. Looks like we will have to go into a little tech pause on our end to fix that too. They were having some tech problems with the audio too in the other side, in the other room, so... That being said, we will hopefully try to resolve that as quick as possible. You know, once we get through the routine of things, once we had to do a lot of stuff today, create some original things just to replace some original assets, but once we get in the hang of things, stream should be a lot smoother and hopefully just, you know, not encounter as many of these problems, but you know, Murphy's Law, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong, and, you know, definitely is kind of showing today. At least on the production, and nothing is going wrong for our team. Our team is doing great. You know, this is probably the greatest we've seen them perform in a fat minute, so, you know.
Yeah, this is definitely... I don't think we really introduced the new roster proper, but of course we had Lemurs on the Meat Gunner, Coda on Snake, also known for playing Wolf as well. We have Meow. I did not know that was the name they used in game until earlier today. On the Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario did see use in the first game against Boise. Unfortunately, we were unable to catch that on stream. And then is Father Daddy with Inkling and Gustav with the Shulk. Gustav is returning alongside Coda from last year. We'll
Yeah.
have to see how that seems to be, though, that the all the rage is the new players on this team. You know, we got Meow and Lammers, of course. Lammers, of course, having a very strong showing here today.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
So I guess, this week has definitely not been a lucky week for
No. Okay.
back-to-back series or just SJSU playing back-to-back games in general, because like yesterday, another unforeseen circumstance leading to a default, meaning SJSU take this as well.
I don't quite think that picked up on stream, but the other team is unfortunately going to have to bow out of this one. Going to have to call it quits, as it were, throw in the towel. I don't know other metaphors for having to leave, but
Yeah.
having to forfeit.
I mean, it'll just conclude today's stream. Also, I mean, yeah. I hope everyone has a nice day, and we will probably see you later. It has been a long day for us, and we hope everyone has a good night, and checks our socials to stay in tune for what's up next.
Yeah, go ahead and check out down there on the bottom our Twitch, our YouTube, of course, streaming here every single week, multiple times per week. But we've also started to kind of redouble our efforts on the social media side. Don't be surprised if you see us here on some clips from today's matches in the new Garden 60. I believe that's the name of the
Yeah.
new segment that's coming out
Or
at the end
also,
of every week.
yeah, or also just other fun little skits that some of the producers plan up.
Yeah, we've got some fun things happening here. Pokemon TCG. That's fun ones happening. There may not be live Pokemon here in the esports stream. Maybe you'll get to try it.